see.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course, mate.
We'll see.
You're lucky you're fighting tomorrow.
We'll see.
You're lucky, mate.
We'll see.
Get your hand off me.
*** Title: The Rising Tension, Chris Eubank Jr. versus Conor Benn, ***, as Chris Eubank Jr. prepares for his fight against Poland's Kamil Sarum on the undercard of the highly anticipated bout between Arthur Beterbiev and Dmitry Bivol, tensions are heating up in the boxing world. Following Eubank Jr.'s victory, he found himself in a heated confrontation with Conor Benn that captivated fans and media alike. This altercation took place during Eubank Jr.'s post-fight interview in the ring, and it has since become the talk of the boxing community. Eubank Jr. wasted no time in taking verbal shots at Benn, making it clear that he views him as a significant future opponent. The atmosphere was charged, and as the crowd buzzed with excitement, Eubank Jr. looked directly at Benn and confidently declared, "Look who we got here, baby. This is the fight everyone wants to see, huh?" His words were infused with bravado, signaling that he was ready to take on Benn in what would be a highly publicized showdown. He further emphasized the shift in their dynamic by referencing his new weight class. "I'm not cutting weight now. I'm 168, 170. Ain't no pushing me around now, son. I want you next." The intensity of Eubank Jr.'s challenge was unmistakable, and it was evident that their rivalry had reached a new boiling point. Conor Benn, known for his sarcasm and bravado, was not one to back down easily. He countered Eubank Jr.'s confident remarks with mockery, stating, "I'm so scared. Ooh, after that performance, you think I'm worried?" His exaggerated tone was a clear attempt to diminish Eubank Jr.'s recent success, but the seasoned fighter remained unshaken. Eubank Jr. calmly redirected the conversation back to his own experience, deflecting Benn's sarcasm and asserting his control in the match. "I was having fun," he said, referring to the fight. "Got cut by a headbutt, but you know it's nothing. We're having a good time out here." His demeanor suggested he was not only confident, but also enjoying the back and forth, which only intensified the atmosphere between them. Not one to back down, Benn took the opportunity to flip the narrative, insisting that he could easily take on Eubank Jr. even at a higher weight class. "Hey, easy work. What you mean I ain't worried? I'll jump up 2 weight divisions. I'll fight you at middleweight. I ain't concerned. You think you could beat me off the back of my worst day?" The back and forth continued, with both fighters clearly looking to assert their dominance. Eubank Jr., remaining composed, issued a simple challenge, inviting Benn to put his words into action. "We'll see," he replied, adopting a theatrical tone reminiscent of legendary fighters like Mike Tyson. He then added, "Sign the contract." Eubank Jr.'s challenge was straightforward. If Benn was confident in his abilities, all he had to do was formalize the matchup. Conor Benn, not one to be intimidated, looked around the arena and referenced influential figures in attendance, asserting that making the fight official should be a straightforward process. "Turkey alal, His Excellency is here. Let's get the fight done," he exclaimed, clearly eager to escalate the tension. However, Eubank Jr. wasn't done with the psychological warfare just yet. Sniffing the air theatrically, he remarked, "I can smell that. It's the stink of fear." Benn responded defiantly, dismissing any notion of fear. "No one's scared of that. What are you going to do about it?" The conversation turned into a contest of toughness, with Eubank Jr. calmly reminding Benn that he had already done his jobs by stepping into the ring, leaving the next move up to him. "I just did my jobs. Once you sign the contract, we'll see," he stated. As the altercation began to wind down, it seemed both fighters were ready to take the next steps toward making their fight a reality. "Okay, let's get it done. Can we make this fight happen right now?" Eubank Jr. asked. The atmosphere was electric as he acknowledged the need to push forward. However, the rivalry didn't just unfold in the ring. Earlier, Conor Benn had made headlines by launching a foul-mouthed tirade at Eubank Jr. during an altercation in a hotel in Saudi Arabia. Footage revealed Benn shoving Eubank Jr. in the chest while trading insults. "You're lucky you're fighting tomorrow," he taunted, stepping closer. "You're lucky, mate. Get your hand off me." Eubank Jr. smiled and replied, "It's okay, let him come close. I like this energy." Benn's heated words continued, proclaiming, "I'll give you a good beating in front of 60,000. That's what's going to happen. I'll be there tomorrow." His bravado only added fuel to the fire, making it clear that this rivalry is deeply personal and filled with animosity. The build-up to this fight has been intense, especially given Benn's ongoing suspension from fighting in the UK. Despite his past controversies, Benn has remained adamant about his innocence regarding doping allegations. He has won all 23 of his professional fights, but his last 2 victories took place in the United States. The anticipation surrounding their bout is heightened by the legacy of their fathers, Eubank Sir and Nigel Benn, who engaged in legendary battles decades ago. Eubank Jr. has fought 3 times since Benn's suspension, experiencing mixed results, including a loss to Liam Smith. His recent victory over Camille Saram has reignited excitement for a potential matchup with Benn, who remains eager to prove himself. During their heated exchanges, both fighters have made it clear that they are ready to settle their differences in the ring. Prominent figures in the boxing community have weighed in on the upcoming showdown. Former champion Carl Froch expressed concern over Benn's trash talk, especially given his inactivity in the ring. "He's talking like a roadman killer, but he's not fought anybody," Froch commented, highlighting the disconnect between Benn's bravado and the reality of his fighting career. He warned Benn that he may struggle against Eubank Jr., stating, "Eubank can bang a little bit, he's quite tough. This could be more difficult than Conor thinks." Froch's reflections emphasize the fine line between promoting a fight and underestimating an opponent, reminding both fighters and fans that every matchup carries inherent risks. As Benn's confidence continues to soar, he promised to beat Eubank Jr. within 3 rounds, reflecting a renewed excitement surrounding the anticipated clash. Turkish promoter Alec has indicated that May 2025 is a targeted date for this historic matchup, adding yet another layer of intrigue. The fight carries significant implications, not only for their careers but also for the legacy of their fathers. Adam Smith, a well-known figure in the boxing world, expressed his enthusiasm for the matchup, asserting that it is one of the biggest fights outside of the heavyweight division. He emphasized the historical context, stating, "The history is there. I work with their fathers, they were much better fighters than the sons." However, he acknowledged that the current fighters have their own appeal, and that the rivalry has the potential to captivate fans. Simon Jordan, another boxing commentator, voiced his skepticism about the matchup, describing it as a pseudo has been against and never was. He suggested that both fighters are capitalizing on their fathers' legacies rather than proving themselves through their achievements. His criticism pointed to Eubank Jr.'s past performances, highlighting the need for both fighters to establish their own identities in the sport. Jordan's critique reflects a broader sentiment within the boxing community, questioning whether Eubank Jr. and Benn can genuinely live up to their fathers' legacies. His harsh assessment raises doubts about the authenticity of the matchup, suggesting it may lack the substance of genuine championship bouts. Despite the skepticism, the intensity surrounding the potential fight continues to grow. Benn has remained steadfast in his belief in his abilities, claiming, "I'm about this life." He acknowledges the challenges he has faced in training and battling personal demons, but asserts that he remains committed to proving himself in the ring. With Eddie Hearn, Benn's promoter, backing the fight and emphasizing its potential, excitement is building among fans and pundits alike. The clash between Eubank Jr. and Benn promises to be a defining moment for both fighters as they seek to establish their places in boxing history. As anticipation builds for this highly charged matchup, boxing fans find themselves eager to witness the unfolding drama between 2 fighters who are not only linked by their father's storied legacies, but also by their personal animosity. Will Eubank Jr. harness his experience and skills to claim victory, or can Benn defy expectations and secure a monumental win? What are your predictions for this epic showdown? Will the history of their families play a significant role, or will it all come down to skill and determination in the ring? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below as we gear up for what promises to be a thrilling encounter.